Hello, in this section of the TI-89 tutorial, we are going to focus on two very important things to understand before you can really start to use this calculator well. One of them is what this catalog button is all about. We'll talk about that. And the other thing is we're going to begin to dive into this math menu we've introduced a couple of sections ago, and we're going to begin to use some of the more basic functions in there to sort of give you an idea. Now, the first thing I want to say, and I think I've said this before, is that obviously this calculator can do so much that there aren't enough buttons on it to have to have every function that you might use. So you've got your common things like the square root and the parentheses and negative, make a negative number, sine, cosine, tangent, pi, and things like that. But as you might guess, there's hundreds of additional things that you would need. You don't have enough buttons. So if you are having a hard time finding the function that you need to do or that you need to perform, and you've already looked in the math menu, which we've sort of introduced a minute ago, and you're not finding it, then you really need to dive into the catalog menu. So before I can show you that, we turn on the calculator, we're presented with the screen. If you have a titanium anyway, go ahead and hit enter when it's on home, and it's going to take you straight into the screen here. So the first thing we need to do to go and explore that is just hit the catalog button here. And inside of here, you're going to see every single function that this calculator can do in alphabetical order. So if you're completely lost and you have no idea where to find the function that you need in the calculator, just go ahead and hit catalog and look in here. Now notice that there's just a lot of entries here. So you can scroll down and see them all. One thing to note is that if you want to skip around, like let's say you know your function begins with an L, then you can just go over here and hit L. So H-I-J-K-L, that's this button right here. You don't have to hit alpha or anything, just go ahead and hit this button and it's going to take you directly to the L. So when you're in the catalog menu, you can just hit any key on this screen here that has a letter above it and it's going to take you. If you hit the M here, it'll take you to the M's. If you hit the I's, it'll take you to the I's. You don't have to hit alpha. Usually whenever you want to engage one of these letters, you have to hit the alpha button to make a letter actually pop up. But in the catalog menu, it knows that when you're trying to press one of these buttons like Z, it's going to take you to all of the things with Z. So let's go back to A. And we'll just look at a quick example. So the first one here is absolute value. This happens to be a function that you can also get to in the math menu, but it's listed here in the catalog menu as well. You can think of the catalog as the absolute master index of everything the calculator can do. In other words, it encompasses everything in the math menu plus all of the other functions of the calculator that may be a little bit more obscure. If you want to use this function, when it's highlighted here, you just hit enter and it'll put